So, man, I was sitting here watching Hall Bastard and I seen this clip and I ended up screaming at the fucking window for like 20 minutes on some nonsense. So, yo, fuck it, dude. We're gonna break this motherfucker down just like he did. We're gonna get this shit the fuck done and handle some goddamn business because this is patently fucking ridiculous. The shit that went on this fucking show today. Well, on this show this weekend. So we're going to show you what the hell's going on. I'm going to show you some things because legit, it's fucking nuts. Y'all know the deal, man. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's get the fuck into this.
The host of the award-winning podcast Hardcore History, whose new book is The End is Always Near.
By the way, man, like, yo, if y'all aren't watching Hardcore History from Dan Carlin, y'all should be. Like, yo, that shit is on point. You want to learn something and educate yourself, legit, dude, fucking, it is an amazing, amazing podcast. If you have, like, long stretches of just, like, you know, like, I drive for a living, so it is, I download it, you know what I mean, and then fucking listen to him. He just dropped another one on Japan. He's doing Supernova in the East. It's amazing. Like, legit, I pay for his fucking episodes because I'm like, fuck it. And I mean, I support things that I like. It is what it is.
Apocalyptic moments from the Bronze Age collapse to nuclear near misses. Dan Carlin. Dan, how you doing? He's an advertising icon and the host of MSNBC's summer show, Saturday Night Politics. Danny Deutsch is with us, finally. And she's an ex-CIA analyst and first-term Democratic Congresswoman representing Michigan's 8th District, Alyssa Slotkin. Great to see you back here. So, I've many times read the dictator checklist on our show, the things Donald Trump does that are like a dictator. I'm not going to read the whole thing again. You know most.
A dictator checklist. If Donald Trump is a dictator, like, I don't think they understand what a dictator is. Like, legitimately, like, the basics of a dictator are, you know, like, you rule the country with the iron fist with no regard to the fucking wills and laws of the country itself. You know, and that's absolutely not what's going on with Donald Trump in any way, shape, or form. So I don't know how it is that you could even begin to put Donald Trump on that level of being a dictator. Like, he has to leave when he's not president anymore. That's how it works. He's just here to fix things because we told him to go do so. You're just upset because he's fixing things that y'all like.
Most of them points family members, scary rallies, says lock up my opponents. Isn't it for personal financial?
I do believe, like, you're going, oh man, you know, like, fucking Hitler had scary rallies. Well, you know, like, dude, if you were lived in certain parts of the country, Obama rallies scared the shit out of you. Hillary Clinton rallies scared the shit out of most of us because just her talking on TV scared the fucking bejesus out of the majority of Americans. Like, dude, stop. This is fucking nonsense, but we're going to keep going.
Gain, loves other dictators, state-run TV, parades. This week, though,
state-run TV. Okay, let's talk about this. All right, there is 6 news channels, and only one of them ever have anything positive to say about Donald Trump, and even they shit on him on a regular basis. So, please let's not take it to that level.
Wow, he added like 5 to the list, calling people human scum, physically disruptive.
Calling people human scum. That's what dictators do? Like, y'all, because I'm pretty sure that's what, like, the vast majority of what New Yorkers do. If you've never been to New York, or on the East Coast in general, Jersey, New York, Boston, human scum is not a bad thing to be called. You know, like, fucking the vast majority of things that you will be called on a daily basis just driving around the cities is way, way worse than that.
Disrupting hearings, when it gets physical.
Disrupting hearings. That was not him. That was fucking that was Congressman.
Investigating the investigators.
And you should be investigating the investigators if they're corrupt. That's how this operates. If you have a corrupt agency in your government, you should be investigating them.
Said you people in your phony emoluments clause. It's, you know, in the Constitution. I'll get to the ethnic cleansing in a little while, but I feel like this is the not going gently edition of the dictator checklist. This is not, it's going to get uglier. You think he's just going to let us take him out of there? No.
Do you think we're just going to let you take him out of there? Like, do you think that's what's going to happen? Like, because I promise you, like, yo, y'all motherfuckers actually go through with this shit, there will be a civil war in this country, and you will lose. I promise that.
No, human scum. He is not. It's going to be human scum and goons breaking up meetings, and I don't know what's next. What are your predictions?
You know, we use the term authoritative tendencies. Let's stop with that. He's an all-out dictator. You know, I took a lot of heat on my show.
He's an all-out dictator. In order to be an all-out dictator, you have to have control. Like, there's judges and courts and fucking lawsuits and things that have stopped him at every fucking time he has tried to do the will of the fucking people. No, he is not an all-out dictator.
Going through Nazi Germany in the 30s and the parallels. And what I will say is this, and I've known Donald Trump for 20 years. He's a sociopath, and whatever the worst tyrants in history were capable of doing, he is capable of doing. We all keep saying it can't happen here, it can't happen here. It is happening here.
No, it's not. You're upset because your white liberal order is being fucking turned on its goddamn head. You fucking people in the cities are highly upset that we're taking the fucking ball back because the rest of us deserve to live too.
And people need to be frightened.
Y'all maybe, but not us. We're fucking cool out here. We can feed ourselves. What are y'all gonna do when we stop giving you food and we burn the fucking bridges down so you can't goddamn leave? Because that's what's gonna end up happening.
Would you go that far?
I mean, listen, I think for me, watching what's going on is just, especially as a former CIA officer, former...
Okay, so this here is an ex-spook, okay? And she's now in the Congress of the United States of America. As a libertarian, all right, not only should Bill Maher be terrified that this bitch is in Congress, he should be terrified that she's on his show. Because he knows, as well as the rest of us do, what the fuck capabilities these individuals have and what they've done to our political system in our fucking country and what they've done in other countries. And the reasons why our boys are dying over here in these fucking deserts and why we spend so much money on our fucking military is because of them.
Pentagon official, my husband served 30 years in the Army. It's just fundamentally unbecoming of the country that I served and that we all love. And I feel that every single day. It's the only thing that could have gotten me into politics. And it's what I wake up every day and still feel. I think that the president, for all he's talked about doing things for people, should try and focus on issues that matter to people, their pocketbooks and their kids, and not just...
Yeah, that's kind of what he's focusing on. That's why it is that we're trying to keep fucking illegal immigrants out of the goddamn country. But like, y'all keep fucking doing this shit. Why would you continue to bring in low wage labor motherfuckers if you cared about the people of your fucking country? Like, why wouldn't you stand behind him when he's fighting in these fucking trade wars? When he's trying to stand here and like, it's not like he's like, oh man, we'll put tariffs on these people. No, like, he's trying to get them to drop theirs so that we can enter their markets and sell our goods over there so that we can have manufacturing here and compete with the rest of the world rather than them selling us every fucking thing.
We're so past that. We are so past.
Not in the district I'm from.
I'm not saying what voters want, but expecting this guy to do that?
Yeah.
Serve any other god but himself?
God, this guy, like, yo, like, he looks like the type of coke-headed motherfucker who will be caught with underage hookers in his fucking room, or transvestites probably. Like this, the horn-rimmed glasses. It's Keith Olbermann if he was an incel, and well, Keith Olbermann was an incel, but still.
I understand, but I think while the back and forth and the bickering are going on...
But you're for impeachment now, and you weren't for when it was about Russia and Mueller.
Yeah.
This is different. That must be the fact that people in your district see it differently.
I don't know how differently they see it, but for me, that very, very basic idea that the President of the United States, most powerful man in the world, reached out to a foreign leader, and asked for information on an American, to me, that was beyond the pale. It threatened.
And that wasn't Russia.
Well, he had to do this because our own motherfucking agencies are completely corrupt and trying to overthrow him in a coup. So none of us trust the CIA or FBI, and she's just learning this fact.
If you're listening, that wasn't the same.
One, because I think it's different.
Okay.
First of all, on Chris Cuomo's show, we have the president's lawyer and then later the president acknowledging what they did. And it's also prospective, not retrospective, right? It's not about what happened in the past. It's what is happening right now for 2020. And for me, I'd always said, and a lot of people in my district still feel like, you know what? I don't love Donald Trump, but let's let the election decide. And then he came out and said he was trying to muck with the election. So that ability to sort of...
He never said he was trying to muck with the election. Like, he stood here and fucking found out that there was corruption in the part of the last administration, which we've all been begging him to deal with ever since he went into office, ever since he started running for president. Half the reason we all elected him because we wanted Clinton arrested, all right, for the things that she did, the fact that she sold nuclear... She sold plutonium and it's an awful thing that I have to say this, all right? She stood here and sold, all right, our plutonium and uranium to overseas governments because they gave her money in her foundation. Like, there's no excuses for this. There's no excuses for her standing here causing a failed state where they have open air slave markets and there's nobody being held accountable. And the CIA is still cheering more of this on. How many more of our boys got to die in the dirt? How many more people have to die overseas in these bullshit ass wars that nobody will tell the truth about?
Stand back and say, you know what, I pledge an oath to the Constitution, but I'm just going to sit back. For me and others like me with a national security background, we came out together.
It seems like there's a lot of Democrats. It seems like there's a lot of Democrats with a profile like yours. It used to be the Republicans. You're CIA. I'm rep by CAA. That's why I hesitated.
I'm not from CAA.
And now, like, the Republicans are gym teachers. You know, it's the Democrats who seem to be the ones who are the warriors, and yet they still don't get the benefit of the doubt on what I ask this every week. But how did they get away, the Republicans, with doing this unpatriotic shit?
The most patriotic thing you can do in the United States is to question your government and hold it accountable for what it does. And the reasons why we're here right now is because we stopped doing that.
He lost Syria. I mean, the Democrats lost one consulate in Benghazi. You'd think the world came to an end.
Imagine if Obama had made the military or non-military moves that Trump just made. What they would be doing to him right now. And, you know, what's very interesting.
I'm pretty sure we all begged Obama to do this. You remember when, like, we all said, no, we don't want boots on the ground in Syria? And he did it any fucking way. Like, all of America came out and said, no, because we are all anti-war. We are sick of being over fucking seas. For fuck's sake.
Is what Donald Trump did last week, he made all of you less safe. There are hundreds.
No, he did not. No, he did not. He stood there and he handed the ball off to fucking Turkey to deal with their fucking enforcing their own border because it's their business, not ours. So you're saying Libya being a failed state where they can ship weapons through to the point of where people in Italy recently were found with fucking with warheads and soccer hooligans were found with warheads hidden inside of their stash? Where'd they get them? Oh yeah, Libya. Why? Because it's a failed state and there's nobody watching. That's how you become less safe. Having a strong man in charge over there is not a bad thing. And it's none of our fucking business how they run their countries.
100 ISIS fighters that were let out of jail. Iran and Russia now have a foothold in the Middle East. He is owned by Putin. He made you and me and our children less safe. It's as simple as that.
Let me look on the bright side here for a second. There is another way to look at this, and that's, I remember after Watergate, people saying it was good that Watergate happened. It was good that somebody went too far and you got a chance for the constitutional republic to bounce back a little bit. I've been saying for years that the growth of the imperial presidency, along with a bazillion other people, is a problem. But you almost have to get somebody in there who starts playing with the levers and the switches in such a way
I'm Kelsey Grammer. My dad was gunned down at his home at the age of 38. 6 years
come
later,
on,
my
man.
sister was brutally raped and murdered. Pennsylvania's Marsy's Law gives victims and their families a voice in the process. Please vote yes for the Crime Victims Amendment.
The way that's so irresponsible that everybody can go, yeah, you know, this is a problem. This is a guy who runs an executive branch that's stronger vis-a-vis the other branches of government than we've ever had.
But they're not. I mean, that would be great. And that scenario would be.
Well, yeah, but like, it's because individuals have been fucking collectively, for all the presidents for the past 50 years, or 60, 100, past 100 years, yeah, probably past 100 years, have been collectively continuing to stand here and gather more and more ways to make the president stronger. And like, us libertarians have been screaming for years that we probably, shouldn't be doing this. We should be standing here having less government restrictions, less government power. This is how you fix this. Is really simple. You don't want people to have this power, then you stand here and you take it away from them. It's not a bad thing.
Work out
people,
perfectly
We've got
if his approval rating was 11%.
Right.
But it's not. Moody's just came out and said he's going to win next time by our calculations, and he could. He did last time when no one thought he could.
We want our socialist, he damn well will win.
Say that again?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're right. If you run a socialist, you damn well will win. This is the neocon order. All right. Well, Dan Carlin's not. Dan Carlin, he's a Californian. Donny Deutsch is a liberal New Yorker Manhattanite, and you have a CIA operative sitting on Bill Maher's panel. I don't know how you get to have a CIA operative sitting on Bill Maher's panel. I don't know when this became acceptable. And apparently Project Mockingbird is just wide out in the open at this point. Me and Excel was talking about this the other day. They're just John Brennan and, these individuals are now just being openly on the payroll on MSNBC. These CIA people are like, yeah, we're just respected, normal human beings, part of the American electorate. No, you're not. But you know what? I think it's better that we have them in front of us. Real shit.
What Chris Cuomo said before. We run somebody who he can label a socialist, he will win the election.
It's funny, these labels, socialists.
But it's unfortunate.
He's now investigating the investigators. Bill Barr, he's the Attorney General. He's going through Europe, hunting down conspiracy theories. Is this what the Attorney...
Conspiracy theories? Conspiracy theories. He's hunting down conspiracy theories. No. This is the problem, Bill. Legitimately, either A, you don't know that these aren't conspiracy theories, or B, you're straight lying. You know what I mean? Because we all know that this is true. Okay, that, the Democrats legitimately worked with other governments to stand here and, start all this fucking nonsense. This is a giant worldwide fucking coup trying to keep the liberal order in place, and it's not going to happen. It's over. Your days are done with.
General, the United States supposed to be doing? Yeah. I thought he was supposed to be draining our swamp. He's over there in Italy, in Australia, in Britain, hunting down this nonsense.
You left out something in your dictator list. Beyond create and other, all of a sudden the Justice Department is not an individual branch. It serves not only at the pleasure of the president, but for and on behalf of the president. No, they're there to investigate when laws are broken. All right, they're there to catch corruption. And the problem is that you Democrats are completely and utterly corrupt. And it's not just y'all, too. I got you. The Republicans are probably just as bad. But let's be honest here. The Republicans, all they do is they just take military money and vote for military spending. They've been running things through the Democrats on the back door for years because you were supposed to be the party of anti-war. So you had to hide it. That's why Adam Schiff, stood here and had a gun runner from Ukraine, another CIA spook who's getting contracts from DARPA to build blimps that don't build blimps. This guy's over here. He stood here and threw political campaign parties for Adam Schiff, the congressman, to get him elected back in 2012. This is nonsense. Legitimately, this is nonsense. By the way, you and I can end up in jail really easily.
Oh,
we're not that far from that.
And that's one reason.
I'm a doom and gloom guy, but I really believe it's this bad.
I believe.
no one's going to put you in jail unless you deserve to be in jail, which that's probably a true thing. Legitimately, that's probably a true thing. You probably deserve to be in jail.
Me, that's why I don't eat pot anymore.
Which is the
Because
attorney?
when I eat it, I get paranoid, and that's what I think about.
Which is the attorney general, though?
That's the truth. It's legal here.
I guess I'm trying to think of the attorney general, though, that was really seemingly on the side of either the executive branch or the people or whatnot. I think of Edwin Meese. I think of John Mitchell. I think of all these guys. All these guys that seem like their job is really to protect the president. And then we think it's strange when this guy does what all the other attorneys general.
No, I'm sorry.
Told you. Love Dan Carlin, dude. He is the shit. Like, he's a historian. He is not a political actor in any way, shape, or form. He's a Californian, which basically makes him a communist. But, you know, I mean, like, yo, I still got love for the dude. I'm telling you, I need to check out Hardcore History.
This is different. And I say this as a former CIA officer. What leadership climate is set from the top. This president, from the very beginning, has been attacking his own institutions, the CIA, the intelligence community, the Department of Justice, the FBI. And one of the hardest things for me, I did a bunch of town halls after I came out for an impeachment inquiry. The hardest thing for me was hearing people say that the president had to go to foreigners to investigate his rivals because he couldn't trust his own FBI and his own CIA. Do you know?
Well, you know, I'm pretty sure, you know what I mean, that like, y'all, you know, murdered a president, attempted to murder another one, and like have been standing here burying presidents every time they go against something that you want to do. So let's not sit here and pull punches about things. All right. Barack Obama came in on the message of ending the wars. And when he couldn't end the wars, you started slandering him and stopped backing him. This is the reality to things. And when he went right along with your way of doing stuff, you know, he ended up being some type of, you know what I mean, progressive hero. We know who you are. You are not trustworthy. Like, I don't think that you understand, like, nobody trusts you people in Washington or Alexandria or any of these other places down here in Northern Virginia.
Now how crazy that is. These people wake up.
How crazy that is? It's not crazy at all. Like, do you have any idea what the CIA does? Like, yes, you do, because you were part of it. Yeah, you people are fucking horrible. You have destroyed this fucking country from within. Like, you're the reason why we have all these opiates out here right now. You're the reason why, like, a bunch of the fucking citizenry was hooked on cocaine. You're the people who stood here and brought the crack cocaine into America and put it out in the hood. Like, you're the reason why we had a border war with fucking Mexico, with Mexican drug runners using American guns, and your Fast and the Furious thing was ran by the CIA. You're horrible people. Like, no, you're not to be trusted in any way, shape, or form.
Every single day and protect the country, and they do it like with their heads down, nose to the grindstone, and it is.
I bet you believe that. I bet you stand here and you say your Pledge of Allegiance every day because you think that you're actually helping us, but the reality is that you're not.
One of the most difficult things for those of us who have worked in the service,
you know, Senator,
it is not normal.
A Republican senator said that last week. Senator Ron Johnson. He says Republicans said Chuck Todd asked him, "Do you trust the FBI?" No.
It's like the coach of the team attacking.
No, you shouldn't trust them. All right. Like, these are people who were spying on Martin Luther King. These are the individuals who probably shot Malcolm X. Like, no, you should not trust them. Bobby Kennedy, John F. Kennedy. Like, no, you should not trust these agencies. No, in no way, shape, or form should you trust these agencies. Like, are you serious right now? Like, how are y'all pushing this narrative?
When I saw this guy, Bill Taylor, you know, I've seen so many of these guys, even Comey, who obviously rat-fucked the election.
You mean James Comey, the guy who stood there, you know what I mean, in Congress and told us about yellow cake back to fucking push the Iraq war in 2001? Is that the guy you're talking about? Is that the individual who you're talking about? Really?
with that letter, but I don't think he did it on purpose. I don't know. I think he's a straight arrow, and Clapper and Brennan, all these straight arrows, and Bill Taylor, and what I worry about.
These are all spooks. No, I don't know what you're talking about. The amount of nonsense that they do on a regular basis to destabilize countries and destroy our fucking standing overseas is horrible. The things they do in our name that we're not fucking told about until years later, or when they get caught, how they're standing here spying on us domestically. Come on, man.
How many more of them are left? These deep state heroes, I feel like little by little, they're getting rid of all of them. And then it's just going to be the Bill Barrs and the Stephen Millers.
The deep state heroes, they're getting rid of all of them. Wow. Just, I wonder how much they own. I bet they own the shit out of you, don't they, Bill? It's fucking sad. You know, they say never meet your heroes, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's fucking tragic. Really is. But anyway, man, it's going to be about 27 minutes, so I figure I'll shut this bitch down. Like, you know the deal, man. Like, share, and subscribe. You know the situation. Peace.